newest addition, Mitch Marner, his family.
Hey everyone, how you doing? It seemed like everything was a pretty good fit for my wife and I and our new son. We're so happy to be here. Yeah, the winning aspect of this team really helped in everything as well. The great players they have here, so lucky enough it all worked out, and this is where we wanted to be.
He is just energy personified on the ice, has crazy skill.
We would have pursued Mitch Marner if we won the Stanley Cup. He's a world-class talent. He's one of the best forwards in the NHL.
Marner backhand, score!
I like the two players in Lauzon and Sissons that we traded for in their roles, the things that they do well. Are going to be nice additions to our team, and then obviously play an offense that'll be created because of Marner, along with, we've got some really good players.
From Channel 13, this is Vegas Locker Room, sponsored by Active Plumbing and Air Conditioning.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us here inside the Vegas Locker Room, your front row seat to our local sports scene. I'm Nick Walters.
I'm Alex Eschelman.
And I'm Taylor Rocha. Let me tell you, we're so excited to bring you our first ever show. From here on out, hang out with us every Saturday night after Channel 13 News at 11 for highlights, interviews, and exclusive access.
From high school to the pros, we'll be spotlighting rising stars' unique storylines and going beyond the scenes with your favorite teams.
This is the show that captures the energy, the passion, and the nonstop excitement that makes sports here in Sin City like nowhere else on earth. So without further ado, let the games begin.
Let's do it.
The headline in our Valley sports scene this week, free agency and trade shaking up the Vegas Golden Knights roster, giving the team a new star. Here's a timeline of events. The first domino to fall, the Knights announced they're re-signing original misfit Riley Smith to a one-year deal. The Knights then trade away defenseman Nick Hague to the Predators for D-man Jeremy Lauzon and forward Colton Sissons. Hague gets the bag in Nashville.
Now to Marner Monday. Vegas trades forward Nick Watt to the Toronto Maple Leafs for three-time NHL All-Star Mitch Marner. The very same day, the VGK announced defenseman Alex Pietrangelo is out indefinitely.
Now Tuesday, the team officially signs Marner to an 8-year, $96 million contract, and fans can't contain their excitement.
Mitch Marner is probably my favorite player in the NHL who's not a Golden Knight. I get to see him and Eichel pulling off some incredible things together.
He seems to be just a good guy that his teammates like in the locker room, on the ice. He may not be the absolute star of the NHL, but people around him are better because he's on the ice.
Marner coming into this group of people and this culture is going to make him a great postseason player, which he has never been. That's what we need.
Safe to say the star forward is already putting smiles on VGK fans' faces, and it seems as though that feeling is mutual for Marner.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Marner.
Well, there's a reason why VGK GM Kelly McCrimmon calls this guy one of the best forwards in hockey. Spending all 9 of his NHL seasons in Toronto, the 28-year-old ranks 5th in Leafs history with 741 points. He comes off a career year, surpassing the century mark in scoring for the first time, 102 being the 5th most in the NHL last season. Now he's being paid like it. His new contract tied as the 5th richest in the league. The Knights hope it'll be worth every penny.
Welcome to the Golden Knights.
That's the whole goal of why we do this. You want to hoist that Stanley Cup. This team has shown that they can do it. I'm lucky enough to now hopefully bring another piece in to help bring it back here.
I think that it improves our team tremendously. Elite playmaker, dynamic. Our fans will love this player. He really adds to our team. He adds to our offense.
All smiles across the realm as Vegas gets what McCrimmon calls an instant F1 star, as in Ford one, but he could be bigger than Lewis Hamilton here in Vegas.
Hey guys. Yeah.
Hey Mitch. The VGK rolled out the red carpet for Marner's first official visit to his new hockey home, complete with drum lines, showgirls, and a personalized jersey for his baby Miles. The full Vegas welcome. And somewhere between the high fives and the gold threads, number 93 sat down for his first one-on-one as a Golden Knight, an exclusive interview with me. Mitch, welcome to Vegas.
Thank you.
You're officially a Golden Knight. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, amazing. It's a super exciting time for the Marner family. We're thrilled to be here and looking forward to starting the season.
Marner with a chance. Oh, what a short-handed goal. Mitch Marner and the Leafs have the lead.
You were born and raised in Toronto. You've played there your entire life.
What a goal by Mitchell Marner.
You said coming and starting a new chapter, it would have to be the right fit. It was going to be hard to leave your hometown hockey team. What about this organization made it the right fit right now?
They got an exceptional team on the ice. You know, it's tough to play in this building when you come in here and play here. Fans are always on their feet going. It's an unbelievable environment to play a part of, and I'm very excited just to, you know, turn the page, get ready with this new hockey team. Guys that have done, you know, the journey before and know what it takes, and I'm hoping that I can just add some pieces there to bring it back.
Marner just will not be denied. Here's Marner in front, scores!
The Golden Knights have shown interest in you multiple times. How much belief does that give you to just know that the team wanted you as bad as you wanted to be here?
Yeah, it was really cool just to hear the expression from the team that they wanted me out here.
What a move by Marner!
You know, they wanted me on their team. We're happy and grateful for it.
A new chapter in a lot of ways. You're a new father. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Miles has a new home, 8 years here. How much does that free you up, just knowing that this is home?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. We wanted to be here for that reason and raise Miles, and raising a family here is really easy and a lot of fun, and that's something that we wanted.
How has fatherhood changed you? I know that Miles is only 2 months old, but how has it kind of put things into perspective for you?
Coming home after a bad loss or a tough loss, down on yourself and you see your dog, that's what it was for me. It was just like, you know, seeing him wag his tail all happy now, coming home to Miles and Zeus, it's just like a breath of fresh air. And I was getting consumed to maybe a little bit too much of that in Toronto in a way, and that's what I'm really looking forward to is, you know, seeing him grow up here and enjoy his life here and just, you know, just see him kind of grow into this space.
What is something that you want fans to know about you behind the jersey?
I like to bring a lot of energy to anything I do. I like to bring a lot of passion to it as well. I love my dog Zeus. Having Miles and him being 2 months old, I've not forgotten about Zeus at all. He's still getting a lot of love and still a lot of treats, a lot of pets. I'm an avid pet lover, and you know, like to bring a lot of excitement and fun to anything I do.
The final photo of the dog in the helmet. So cute.
I know,
Such
get
a great
Zeus on the
interview,
ice.
Taylor.
Thank you so much,
So
Alex.
cute.
Mitch really is that guy in a lot of different ways, but he's already making history for the Golden Knights. First player to don number 93.
Yeah, Taylor, and you know, before he was a Maple Leaf, he was playing in the OHL in Ontario with the London Knights, and now he is a Knight again, this time in gold, and we cannot wait to see Marner Magic here in Vegas.
Talk about full circle with that. Less than 24 hours the deal went down. This lucky Golden Knights season ticket holder became the first to get their hands on a Mitch Marner jersey, even before Mitch himself. Fresh off the press and on sale now at City National Arena.
I think we have to get him.
I think so.
What do you think?
I think we commit. I think we full send. We're Mitch Marner fans now. Sorry, guys.
That's some serious swag. But we can't wait to see that swag on the actual ice in the Fortress to see what kind of difference it's going to make for this team, especially coming off the postseason where we saw the offensive deficiencies in their game against the Oilers.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see him and Jack Eichel absolutely light it up.
Yeah, and it's not just about his goal scoring, but it's a lot of his assists.
A lot of
and
apples.
Also, and not even that, but it's more of what he does without the puck that's so special. Now, the VGK reeled in a big fish free agent in large part thanks to some bad news for one of the Knights' stalwart vets. Before welcoming Marner, a mic drop left the room speechless.
For me, it's unlikely that he'll play again. He wanted to give this some thought if this was something that he thought he could continue to do. He's been advised that it isn't.
A muddied future for Alex Pietrangelo, going on LTIR and out for the foreseeable future. The tread on the tires of over 1,000 NHL games, leaving the 35-year-old defenseman considering major hip surgery and even possibly retirement. The Knights recuperate Pietrangelo's $8.8 million cap hit, helping afford Marner. Vegas extended D-man Caden Korzak this week on a 4-year, $13 million deal. The 24-year-old, a reinforcement for a now depleted defense.
The Golden Knights also bidding farewell to a pair of players who helped the team win the Stanley Cup 2 years ago. That's center Nick Waugh, played 6 seasons with VGK and helped make up one of the best fourth lines in hockey. Defenseman Nick Hague was dealt to Nashville for Jeremy Lauzon and Colton Sissons. After 8 seasons in the organization, Hague was the franchise's 4th ever entry draft pick in 2017.
How are you going to remember his contributions?
Just being an absolute beast on the ice.
He was always willing to fight when needed, always willing to kind of do whatever the team needed him to do.
As I said with Nick Hague, I hope Nick Waugh goes to Toronto and plays fantastic hockey. I think he'd be a really good player there.
In exchange for Hague, the Knights received forward Colton Sissons and defenseman Jeremy Lauzon from the Predators.
So let's wrap this free agency frenzy up and put a bow on it, shall we? Here's the guys you'll see either back in gold or in gold for the first time. Unrestricted free agents Riley Smith and Brandon Saad on one-year deals re-signing with the team. Former Preds Lausanne and Sissons acquired, and some guy named Mitch Marner now a Knight. Let's go ahead and talk about the exits. It looks like two skaters who were on one-year gigs won't be back. Tanner Pearson signed with the Winnipeg Jets, and Victor Olofsson is still an unrestricted free agent. Reading the tea leaves, he's leaving Las Vegas. The team reportedly will not be re-signing goalie Ilya Samsonov. And of course, Haig and Waugh are out being traded away, and Pietrangelo is off the ice now indefinitely. And here's your look at restricted free agents the Knights extended qualifying offers to, thus retaining their rights. It includes Alexander Holtz and Cole Schwint, who saw decent playing time last season in the Fortress and in Henderson. Now, if it wasn't for the list of in-season extensions, Shea Theodore, Aiden Hill, Brett Howden, Braden McNabb, and Keegan Colasar, this would have gone a lot longer.
The Vegas Golden Knights' top young prospects taking the ice at City National Arena this week for development camp. Fans also catching a glimpse of the future guys in gold, including the 2025 draft picks and 2024 first-rounder Trevor Conley. However, the most important part of Dev Camp, guys, is off the ice as they help feed locals in need.
For our organization, it's as important as any on-ice or off-ice activity for the week, because the people of this community know that have been here how much the community means to the Vegas Golden Knights.
Pretty amazing stuff there. The prospects delivering 600 meals at Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada. And though it was a shortened 3-day Dev Camp, the guys are set to return for training camp this coming September.
Let's take it to the hardwood, shall we? The Aces East Coast swing gets underway with a stop in Connecticut to face the Sun. And for Kia Stokes, this matchup hits a little closer to home. The former Husky won 3 national titles at UConn, but her hoops journey started long before that in a small town in Iowa. I caught up with Stokes to look back on where it all began. What was it like growing up there?
Very slow pace, very chill, a lot of cornfields, but I did not grow up on a farm. I just want to put that out there.
When did you first get a basketball in your hands?
Probably my dad.
Stokes is getting a standing ovation.
He, had it in our house. I obviously knew he played as soon as I can remember, so I really just wanted to be just like him, and now we're here.
Greg Stokes with a rebound.
To see the growth of the game, now little girls are looking up to you.
And Kia Stokes has entered the game for the first time as an ace.
What does that mean to you to be a part of this movement?
It's incredible. Growing up, there was always a talk like the W's gonna fail, it's not gonna be around by the time you get old enough, so just to go from that to where we are now, I think it's incredible.
Kia Stokes rebounding and doing this right here, blocking shots.
To have little girls and boys look up to me, a kid from a small town in Iowa, I think it's awesome, it's amazing, and I'm glad that I get to be in this position.
She has high expectations of herself as well. The mental toughness and fortitude that she has, and she is always on, 100% always on, locked in game mode.
Stokes and the Aces are back in action tomorrow, taking on Connecticut. Tip-off set for 1 p.m.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you all. I'm so appreciative, and I can't believe it. Thank you.
Aces fans will remember Candace Parker helping lead Las Vegas to victory back in 2023. Her final season with the WNBA, and what a way to go out. The 5-time All-Star also spent 13 of her 16 seasons in the league with the LA Sparks, winning a championship in 2016. And now the team is returning the love. Earlier this week, her number 3 jersey was raised to the rafters of Crypto.com Arena, honoring a champion and a generational talent. Well, it's no secret the WNBA is seeing increased interest these days. Us locals know the Aces are certainly a big part of that, and now the league is expanding, with teams coming to Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia, all before the end of the decade. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert says now is the time as the league continues to set records.
Our viewership is at an all-time high, our arenas are buzzing, and our league continues to make an impact on sports and culture.
She called it a bold step to create more opportunities for players and inspire the next generation of fans. Cleveland's new team is set to start in 2028, followed by Detroit and Philadelphia in 2029 and 2030.
Now, as for the NBA, Summer League returns to Las Vegas this week, where fans will see the top up-and-coming talent compete across the league. It's 11 days of action, starting on Thursday, July 10th, featuring all 30 NBA teams. And this year marks the 21st annual event in Vegas. And it's always a big one, guys, drawing hundreds of thousands to the Thomas and Mack, while also generating an estimated $250 million to our city last year. And if you want to catch the action in person, guys, you can get tickets online at unlvtickets.com.
Welcome to the dark side.
Stick around. After the break, the state of the silver and black. I go to the gridiron with linebacker Amari Gainer. We talk the Pete Carroll era, new look defense, and building off a promising rookie season.
And ping pong like you've never seen it. The world's best are bringing big hits and bigger hype to the strip. And players say it's a total game changer. Hey, welcome back. UNLV football will now kick off the Dan Mullen era earlier than expected. The team's home opener against Idaho State has been moved up to August 23rd. It's all to make way for the Canelo Crawford mega fight on September 13th at Allegiant Stadium. The NCAA approved a waiver to let the Rebels play in week 0, marking the earliest game in program history.
Now the future is bright for baseball in Vegas, guys. A's rookie Jacob Wilson is Atlanta-bound, voted by fans as the American League's starting shortstop in the 2025 All-Star Game. At just 23, he leads all rookies in batting and chasing franchise history. I caught up with Wilson in Sacramento as he continues his record-setting campaign.
Best in the big leagues as far as rookies go.
For all of the boys and girls out there who love playing baseball, love watching baseball, what's your advice to them on being successful in this sport?
I would just say stay confident. Make sure that you have a routine that you do every day to prepare yourself for the game. And honestly, when you're growing up, just keep having fun. That was kind of the main thing I always do, just have fun and not really worry about what the future holds. Just live in the moment, have fun, and make sure you work hard.
Now, Wilson is the first rookie shortstop ever elected by fans and the first A's starter since 2014. The game is July 15th in Atlanta. On Saturday, July 12th, Las Vegas Ballpark will transform into the ultimate battleground between hockey and football stars swinging for glory and giving back to the community. The Battle for Vegas annual charity softball game between the Raiders and the Golden Knights is officially 1 week away, and this year's captains are VGK fan favorite Jack Eichel as well as Raiders star tight end Brock Bowers. Gates open at 6 p.m. The home run derby is at 7 and the game begins at 8. It's all about fun, fierce rivalry, and raising serious money, guys. Over $1 million so far for local nonprofits through the VGK Foundation.
All right, let's talk autumn wind. Only 5 weeks until the preseason and 9 weeks until football Sunday. It's the most optimistic time of the year in the NFL, and the Las Vegas Raiders have many reasons to be. Coming off the team's first offseason program under Pete Carroll, OTAs and minicamp gave us a look at the new look silver and black. Now the team is in their summer break before rolling into training camp later this month. Max Crosby likes where his squad is at.
How do you reflect on OTAs, minicamp, and the first time under Pete Carroll?
It was amazing. OTAs in general were incredible. Minicamp, we ended on a very high note. Just as a team, everyone's bonded in, all in on what we're trying to accomplish, and we got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of time until the season gets here, but it comes fast. So you got to be prepared, got to continue working and get better.
Rookies report to training camp on July 17th, and vets arrive on the 22nd. I went one-on-one with a player who's making strides after making his name known as a rookie last fall. Second-year Raiders linebacker Amari Gainer joining me now. It's a new era. You've already seen one regime, but what's different about this Pete Carroll era?
Yes, sir. We're just coming out here with a lot of energy. We got a few of the same guys, but we also have a great group of vets. So they're out here, we're all receptive to learning, and we're all, learning it all. And so it's exciting to be able to take it all in, high energy, everyone's positive, everyone's protecting the team, everyone's ready to go. So it's really exciting to get out here and get on some grass, and that's what you look forward to, is getting to play some football.
Well, Amari, despite going undrafted coming out of North Carolina and also Florida State prior, you were able to make the active roster last year, get 5 tackles on the season. So what kind of progress are you expecting out of yourself now?
Yes, sir. Just coming out here and being the best person for myself and also for the team, and just being able to come out here and develop and learn from my vets and be able to, have that regimen, have that routine to make me to, be great. So, that's what I plan to do, and that's what I strive for, is just be out here and be able to help the team however I can. So that's the main thing.
It's a new look defense. Now you're sitting next to a Landon Roberts and Devin White after an offseason of change, let's just face it. What have you learned from these veterans?
Yeah, I mean, I learned, the process and so much about the game. I mean, both those guys are great vets. They have Super Bowl rings. So, I mean, you love to learn from guys that have done it before and, been where you want to get to. So, I mean, it's been great to learn behind those guys, see how their mind works, watch some extra film, go with E-Rob and seeing how his mind works, be able to, dissect the game with him. So, I mean, it's very, great to, just talk ball with linebackers. I mean, every time you're around a great group of guys that know ball, it's just a great time.
You mentioned a Super Bowl champion. Well, Pete Carroll has a Lombardi on his resume as well. What have you learned about his character and his personality that he's known for?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Coach Carroll, he's a great coach. I mean, he comes out here with great energy, high energy every day. And, I mean, I love it because, I mean, I come out here with high energy. So, I mean, it's something I can take to and, come out here with competing. And I feel like that's the main thing of the program is to compete and to commit to excellence. So, I mean, that's the main thing. And, I mean, Coach Carroll, he does a great job of embodying that, and it makes it so easy to follow.
Well, Amari, you've had football be a huge part of your life for forever. I mean, your dad played at FSU, you did, and you went on to now be playing in the NFL. What have you learned to love about this organization, just being a Raider?
Yes, sir. I mean, you learn the history of it. I mean, that's the main thing. I love watching the history of the game, being out here and being able to commit to excellence. You come in here, you see Super Bowl trophies, and that's what you strive for, and that's what you want to go do. And so, welcome to the dark side. So, we're embodying it, and we're taking that personal.
Well, ping pong isn't just a basement game anymore. This summer, it's taking over the Las Vegas Strip. The WTT US Smash is bringing the world's best table tennis talent to Las Vegas for the very first time. They'll be playing at the Orleans Arena through July 13th.
I want to be the first heavyweight wheelchair champion.
One local looks to bring a whole new kind of boxing title back to the fight capital of the world. And coming up, we'll show you how he's embracing life's obstacles as he does it. Jody Bennett has had a passion for fighting his whole life.
I grew up in a small town called Goldfield, Nevada. Nothing to do at all. So my brother, what he would do is he would tape mine and my brother's hands up with towels and just have us slug it out in the living room. Ever since then, I loved boxing.
That love developed into a main way of exercise for Bennett as an adult, but it flashed before his eyes 12 years ago.
I was riding my Harley, and an antelope jumped out in front of me. I T-boned the antelope. I rode my bike to the shoulder, and then my front end sank into the dirt, and me and the bike flipped a couple of times, and I think the sissy bar smacked me in my spine and broke my back. When you lose a core sense, the doctors say the closest thing to it is the loss of a loved one. You'll never stop grieving over it. You'll always feel that pain. And I remember it was really, really, really scary for me.
Little did Bennett know becoming paralyzed from the waist down would be the beginning of his multi-adaptive sport career, turning that scary feeling into an invitation to compete for the first ever World Adaptive Boxing Council wheelchair heavyweight ambassador title.
It's hard when you think that you can't do things or when you have to adapt. And there's a lot of things you think, all right, well, I won't be able to do that ever again. And then when you find out that you can, that feeling is amazing.
Through his story, Bennett hopes to inspire others, especially his daughter, Alicia, who's been there from the start, to chase that amazing feeling of accomplishing your dreams no matter what.
I've raised my daughter as a single dad most of her life. And all she's known is me being in the chair. I've never wanted her to have an excuse to say she couldn't do something. I wanted her to always look at me and be like, man, my dad did this. I can do anything. It took me being in a wheelchair, struggling every day, to be able to learn that I can do great things. I want to be the first heavyweight wheelchair champion, and I want it to be an American like the rest of the greats, and I want it to be a homegrown Nevada, Las Vegas.
Such an inspirational story, Alex, and best of luck to Jody. That's all the time we have this evening. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week right here on Vegas Locker Room.